In a world where Kalos was destroyed by Team Flare, a society stood up from the rubble. The Pokémon that survived were only able to do so thanks to their adaptations, though some people suspect that their DNA was edited. Let's talk about the 3 most common Pokémon in Neo Kalos. The first one is commonly bred for its usefulness in engineering and rebuilding technology. It can eat any electric shock like refried beans and works as a great portable ground for anyone working with electricity. For its design, I basically just drew a chunky Chespin with some lightning motifs and a little utility vest looking thing. It's used to sitting down for long periods of time, so it has a cushiony behind. It spends a lot of time daydreaming about being a superhero. Here's the final art. Chespin is a ground-type Pokémon with the abilities Static, Lightning Rod, and the hidden ability Bulletproof. It has a signature move called Ground It, which allows the user to heal 30% from any electric moves coming in its direction for the next 5 turns. That way, Lightning Rod is actually kinda nice. As a ground type with non-atrociously low stats, it would be sure to find a niche in Little Cup. At least, it would if it was dropped into today's meta, I think. I don't actually know anything about today's meta. But yeah, this is the first Pokemon I'm showing you in this imaginary Neo-Kalosian meta, so we'll have to wait and see if it's good. People who have Chespin usually store their tools in its little vest, but it's not uncommon for it to be covered in dirt, leaves, and berry seeds when they pull it back out. Chespin doesn't seem to understand the difference between tools and food, but its trainers treasure it anyway. It's quite a fan favorite among adults, though kids usually tease it. Chespin doesn't really like to battle, but it can loose a pretty powerful Thunder Shock in a pinch. The second one is commonly bred for its usefulness as a companion. As the story goes, a scientist who lost his treasured Fennekin built a robotic copy, and as Kalos fell to ruin, he died with it in his arms. His grieving spirit sank into the machine and became a Pokémon. This little Pokémon is quite the ideal partner since it can live just fine off the energy from a warm hug. Though it's always cold to the touch, it's nice to know your hugs are keeping your little special pet safe and sound. For its design, I was inspired by those weird robot dogs that used to be popular when I was a kid. I had something like it called Robo Quad. It wasn't a dog. Honestly, I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, but I love that thing. My dad got it on sale for really cheap somewhere. Not sure where it is now, but I'm too scared to ask. This one doesn't have any Robo Quad elements, but I might add some when it evolves. Here's the final art. Fennekin is a Steel-type Pokémon with the abilities Download, Analytic, and hidden ability Magician. It has a signature move called Software Update, which boosts the user's defense and special attack by 1 stage. If the user is holding an upgrade, it boosts defense an extra stage, and with the Dubious Disc, it does that for special attack. This way, it works nicely with Magician, because it can always get another item. As a Steel-type with non-atrociously god-awful stats, it again would probably be good in Little Cup, unless Chespin is the only other Pokemon. This little Pokemon can be found in a majority of homes in Neo Kalos, or at least in what's left of Vanderbilt Town. I've never actually been anywhere else. Anyway, Fennekin is a Pokemon anyone in town sees every day, especially if you're the assistant to a professor that owns 6 of them. And no, I'm not even counting the ones he gives away. While Fennekin isn't built for combat, it enjoys a battle if it means its trainer will give it some praise. Its Powder Snow is pretty fierce too. It's pretty common to see trainers battling their Fennekin with the 3rd starter Pokemon. The last one was most commonly bred for its usefulness in battle. It isn't purposely bred anymore though, it does enough of that itself. Its poison darts are super painful, though an antidote clears most of the damage up pretty quickly. I don't know who had the bright idea to give these Pokemon to little kids, but the town's basically infested with poison Froakie because the kids keep letting them out. While it's a huge nuisance, they at least keep Vanderbilt safe from looters since even they don't think it's worth dealing with the poison point. We're lucky we can grow Pecha berries here. Anyway, for its design I was inspired by poison dart frogs, obviously, but I didn't know until making this that they're born grey or black and only become more colorful later. Or when they first metamorphosize, they don't have the bright colors. I wonder if there's such a thing as a Froakie tadpole. Anyway, here's the final art. Froakie is a Poison-type Pokemon with the abilities Poison Touch, Poison Point, and hidden ability Protean. It has a signature move called Poison Dart, which is a super weak move with a 100% chance to poison. It doesn't really synergize well with its abilities, since those would try to poison opposing Pokemon anyway. It has Protean, so it would definitely be good in Little Cup. Heck, people might even try to use it in the lowest tiers if the power level is low enough. I'm not sure it has a much better chance against Chespin than Fennekin does, but with Protean it's got something going on. Unfortunately, none of the Froakies in Vanderville have Protean. I say unfortunately because that means we're stuck with Poison Point and Poison Touch. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've been poisoned on my way to the professor's lab. I'm lucky he's got plenty of antidotes he makes from the Pecha berries. It's thanks to Froakie that someone was inspired to make Pecha tea though, so maybe it's not so bad. Also, this Pokemon does great in battle, so both the team that trains to defend the town and the team that trains to explore its outskirts have plenty of Froakie. Those embers are seriously explosive, though it might just be that this Pokemon is really easy to get. That's about it for this one. Check out my Patreon where you can support me and get your name at the end of my videos. Thanks Captain Cobop and Art of Dying. Most of my Pokemon videos will continue to be based on the Opelucid region, but if you got this far, let me know if you want more Neo Kalos. My next Pokemon video will be another one of those competitive focused pseudo-legendary making ones. It'll probably be the last one I do. I have no idea why they get so many views. After that, I'll make new Opelucid forms for a bunch of Pokemon. Hope to see you then, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. Okay, I feel like I have to mention the elephant in the room. Pokemon Legends ZA was announced, and hopefully nothing else gets revealed before this comes out, but yeah, it's kinda messing with my steez. I had been planning on releasing this today for literally a year, but I'm just gonna reveal a bit more since I want to keep with the schedule I planned before. No one's watching this far anyway, but yeah, if you don't want spoilers for the evolutions, you can click off now. Basically, Greninja gets Battle Pond, Delphox gets Zen Mode, and Chestnut gets 0 to Hero. I figured I should say that now, so none of my ideas become non-original in the coming months. I hope that doesn't ruin anything for y'all and that you can still enjoy my content. I probably won't mention Legends ZA again, unless they reveal another thing I had in my back pocket like Cyber Mewtwo. What? Anyway, that's all I got. Bye!